Psychedelic or magic mushrooms have been ingested by humans for over 9,000 years. Even today, this naturally grown fungus is commonly used as a recreational drug, causing hallucinations. But how exactly does it work? The main psychoactive ingredient in shrooms is called psilocybin. When ingested, the body breaks it down into the active drug psilocin, which makes its way to the brain. And here it begins to prevent the reuptake of the neurotransmitter serotonin, increasing its activity. On top of this, psilocin actually has a similar chemical structure to serotonin, meaning it can also bind to and stimulate receptors in the brain. This amplified stimulation causes you to perceive and experience things without any real stimulus, also known as hallucination. These can be of a varying nature, from visual to auditory sensations or mystical and insightful feelings. And while the experience can be quite enjoyable, some users have reported very unpleasant episodes. These feelings generally last between 3 to 8 hours, but could feel much longer as the drug alters your sense of time. Scientists have also suggested that the brain may temporarily rearrange itself by inhibiting normal brain activity and immediately creating new biologically stable brain connections. This ultimately makes it harder to determine reality from fantasy and amplifies your intensity of thought, which makes planning ahead and self-conscious thinking almost impossible. We also see activation in the hippocampus and anterior cingulate cortex, which are associated with dreaming. Finally, specific emotional regions of the brain are chemically activated, which can lead to a sense of expanding consciousness.
I was 100% convinced that mushrooms are not from this planet, and they are unlike any psychedelic substance I've ever experienced. When you go more to the monstrous or barbaric doses, this is when your nervous system is completely liberated from all human conceptual constructs. In other words, all your conditioned belief systems about yourself and reality just gets obliterated. Extremely intense hallucinations, blinded visuals, fractals, things morphing and splicing into each other, and other powerful, ineffable visions. Some describe it as a prolonged DMT trip, which I would definitely agree with. Ego death is much more likely, and if not, then you're going to get very overwhelming feelings like you're in the process of a physical and metaphysical death. And psilocybin is very infamous of convincing you that you're going to die. Distinctions between the internal world and the external world completely disappears. You really start to go into uncharted territories and may even transport to alien dimensions and go into contact with strange entities.